Oops. I muted it over here. Oh, there we go. Hey, so how's it going, Frosty Lady? And how's it going, Atomic Wolves? Hmm. So yes, I am building the magic Silent King. Well, let's call it fun, but it really isn't. Just gotta clean up all this bad old line stuff. Ooh, so off. That was just me, sorry. And unfortunately, I have to turn the music off the stream because it's causing complications between like YouTube and Facebook and Twitch all at the same time. It's ridiculous. Bloody program that's like for non-copyrighted music. It's just like, oh yeah, somebody owns the copyrights to this. Yeah, it's called non-copyright music. They don't care if I use it. So yeah. Yeah, I'd rather not. So I just got my. I figured out how to just kind of ghetto put my music through my headphones. I just literally took like I just had Winamp and then I had all my MP3s from iTunes from a long time ago, and I just stuck it onto. Uh, yeah, I just forced it to go to my headphones. So okay, so let me see. Let me see. I don't even remember which thing I clipped in. 42 goes on top of. What in the world is this? Okay, so the back of this. Oh yeah, nice. So this is fun. It's like, please glue. Like that yellow thing indicates glue. It was telling you to glue this thing. Just there's no orientation. It's just straight up a cylinder. So you can just rotate and glue it any way you want. Yeah, that's smart. Oh man, those jade walruses that I ran—they're not even jade. It's some crazy other stone that's like up from up north. And I saw that. I was just like, what the hell? Like, I thought it was jade too. And then I was just like, oh my god, they're so expensive. And it's not like a gemstone or anything, it's just like a weird colored stuff. So it's just like, what the heck? Yeah, pretty much. It's more expensive than marble. Looks like you might go to some weirdo thingy. Yeah, I gotta figure out proper titles for my stream. I don't think my stream. I'd say like for my YouTube stuff after it's done. Because there's a couple of times where it's like people are just like, "What in the world?" Oh man, those things. They look so pretty though. Okay, this one goes down. What does this thing do? This thing just attaches here. I hope. Oh man. Okay, that's yeah. I'm pretty sure you can find somebody on Fiverr to be able to make you something as well. Oh, okay. Honestly, I would say find someone that is sculpting on like my mini factory or something, and just straight up send them a message and just be like, "Hey, I was wondering if you do commissions, and if so, how much for this? I want a walrus." Then you gotta buy like a 3D printer or send it off to God, I forgot what that the shape weighs. Like a pinup. You need a pinup. That's what it is. A pinup walrus riding an atomic bomb. That's what you need. Instead of being like a mermaid, it's a walrus. All right, so let's hope that this we can slip on. Oh, okay, that's cute. Yeah, that's what you need. I know that's exactly what you need. You need literally a walrus riding an atomic bomb, but instead of like that classic thing, it's got to be a like mermaid style. Right there. Called dibs. Called dibs on one when you make it. Hey, this is the. Nope. It honestly, Gundams don't take too long to build. They take because it's really just a 1/100 scale regular Gundam, so there's not that many parts. I think it's like 100 something parts. It's just that everything is massive, so you're gonna like clearly need like heavier duty tools and a lot of paint. Because I remember just a small one, you're looking at quite a bit of paint. Oh, I remember that chrome paint. That chrome paint's like alcohol based. So I'm very sure I can send it through an airbrush, but it's gonna reek and it's gonna smell real bad. Okay, so I'm not gonna glue this on right away. I should not, because if I do, dang near impossible to do this. Need to align both of them. this thing to align it, and the other side fell off. Sad. So sad. It's okay. Your wifey calls, answer. I'm still gonna be here. Getting a major migraine from this thing. Just from sheer fact this thing's like how are you supposed to paint inside there? How am I supposed to get this guy? Like there's a little guy right there. So I gotta paint him after. So I can't glue any of this together, but I have to glue it together so that it stays together. Ugh. Gotta slip this in. I swear this is the real thing. Eventually I'm gonna clip all these like Silent King videos. I'm in Montreal, Quebec. I just have like crazy hours and I don't sleep much. But I do. I just sleep at like twice a day. I'll sleep for like 6 hours and take a nap for like 2 hours. So I'm relatively kind of awake. And plus, I'm always like working on something. All right. So this part's done. It's so pretty. Except it's not glued in here or just held on so that these parts can fuse together. Just gonna jab some glue in there and let it dry. It's nice up here. Except for the fact that we have massive coronavirus thing going on where we're in pretty much lockdown. So I think right after Christmas, there is no shopping other than for essential stuff, which makes sense. It's like, if you don't need anything, don't go out. I think Toronto has had that for a while too, where a bunch of my other neighbors are. They all got locked down. That can stand up on its own. I'm gonna make a video soon. Why Games Workshop builds things the way I'm sure, so sure. It's just to amplify the amount of time that you spend building stuff. Just so that it feels like you're getting more than it's worth. Oof. That's good. Third, fourth, 35, 36. Yeah. For once, when all the parts are in the same area. Pretty much they had the CERB, the Canadian Emergency Relief Benefit, where pretty much they give you $2,000 a month for like a ridiculous amount of time if you qualified because you were working a little bit or you weren't making enough or you lost your like there was like a bunch of criteria that you had to fill out. And if you got it, well, you're getting pretty much paid without being taxed. But you will be taxed. So A lot of people use that money, like just straight up burn through all that money, but they're all gonna have to pay that ridiculous amounts of taxes. Really? I don't even know. I got my stuff, and yeah. So it was like as if I was working without working. It was nice. Jeez. I'm very happy that all my stuff was done online, and yeah, everything just worked. I'm probably gonna have to pay something like 5 grand or something in taxes from all that like serve money or something. I should really check on like the actual number that like everybody has to pay that was on full serve. I was working and then they canned me because they just didn't like me and I was being overpaid, I think. So the boss was just like, well, I'll leave it to you, manager lady, and manager lady did not like me and canned me because I refused to do someone else's job during COVID. I was like, but that's not my job. And you guys are just telling me to do that other person's job, but it's not my job. You're not being a team player. Well, no one's a team player in my department because my department is self sufficient. Yeah, I am very, very happy that I didn't like. That's also another reason why I'm not an affiliate, is because literally it would count as me working. So, because if I was working, I wouldn't receive my unemployment while I'm actually looking for a job between streaming. So, yeah. And I like that's why I don't take any like donations or anything. It's like you could buy me a gift card if you really want to, but that's about it. And the only reason why I put it up is just because what's there? Secret Santa from Reddit. Like I made a gift list and everyone was like, "Oh, no," but that's it. Like I'm just like, I have my savings, so I'm good. I'm very, very lucky to have my home paid, and yeah, I have no debts, so that's the big plus for my life. Literally, when I was working, I was just constantly fighting debt, and now I don't work, and I'm out of debt. I'm just like, okay, so super happy about that. What am I doing this? Oh, I also forgot the bobbers. My 3D printer printing out pretty things. My thing, it's so like unclear because it's like all the lights just like bouncing off everything. Yeah. Decided to print out some League of Legends figures today. My wifey wants to see me paint like actual human looking things. Jeez. Like our unemployment here are they're on my mini factory. Hold on. Well, let's see. I think it's from Printed Obsession. You can just Google uh KDA on my mini factory, and it's like bunch of free ones. He literally has like the whole like all four of them. Super nice. And then he has like all these other things in his collection that he like made. Oh my lord, they're cool. And the only reason why this is so small, like the only reason why this is so small, it's actually like way bigger. It's just because my 3D printer can't handle something. I wanted to like print something smaller, so I just shrunk it all down. Maybe. Actually, you want to know what? I am gonna print a giant one. I have a 3D printer. I can just scale it back up to normal size and just print one piece at a time. I'm pretty sure this. I can make this thing massive. Yeah, something. I just printed it like I just wanted like a smaller one, just so I could print it all within like a day. But if I want a big one, it's gonna take me like 2 or 3 days to print, and that's like with me babysitting it because it's literally just gonna print like one giant section at a time, and then it's like okay, gotta put everything on like alarms. Like oh okay, it's been like 14 and a half hours exactly. Let me go and take everything apart. But yeah, resin printer, pretty worth it for miniatures. Every time I see people building stuff on their stream, they're just printing it as fast as humanly possible. And I'm just like, oh, jeez. What in the world? Like, you take no enjoyment or pride building it without lines. And they paint it. And then I'm just like, oh, there's so many mold lines. I can see them from a mile away. The scams. Over here, we're just like straight up like screwing up everybody. Like a lot of the natives here, oh, they just get treated really, really badly. I can't even bring myself to like be informed about it because it just makes me sick. Like it really feels like they're really like put off as like an outcast kind of thing. What the heck? Yes, this goes like that, and then this just goes on this side, just floats there. Okay, so it just chills. All right. Yep. Dear kids and cadets, and anyone that's looking to buy somebody a gift, don't buy them this unless you want them to horribly glue this thing together and lose their minds. What the heck? What is this piece? Piece number 38. Oh, 38, 37. Okay, so that means it should be on the first. It's two separate numbers. Yeah! but you guys also get like, I don't know. For me, it's always like been stereotyped as like natives in the states. Like you guys get screwed for land as usual, as per usual. But there's always like someone that has built a casino somewhere, and they're just making bank. Okay. That's kind of cool. These two little floaty thrones. They're not even floating thrones. They just like hover. They just like attach to the back end of this. I think. Is that what the heck it is? Oh my. They just get stuck onto this. Huh. Okay. Cool little nifty things. God, painting this thing's gonna be so ridiculous. Everything's gotta be in sub assemblies. What? So if you had to go buy like a permit to like go like I don't know hunt something, you would you have to pay the same price as everybody else? Wouldn't it be cheaper for you guys? Or like damn near free? Like, hey, you're allowed eggs, but if you want to go and murder some extra stuff, well, you get it at a discount. Man, that's some crazy stuff. I am also somewhat lucky that my parents, like my grandparents or great grandparents, they became expats from China just because literally there was some weird thing that happened at some point. I'm not exactly sure on the details, but pretty much what ended up happening was anyone that was out of the country at some point weren't allowed back into China. And they were like, we don't care about you guys anymore. So, yeah, my family ended up in Indonesia for a while. Then a bunch of them moved out. Hey, how's it going, CFlex? You here to watch me like wreck my brain on this guy? And I know why Games Workshop does things the way that they do. It's to give you a false illusion that all their models are worth it because of the amount of time that you spend on them. It gives you a sense of value. But in reality, they just screwed it up and they're like, well, it's perceived value that it takes so long to assemble. Oh man. Like just thinking about it at this point, I'm just like, okay, I have what, maybe like 4 or 5 sub assemblies, but then as time goes on and I'm building more stuff, I'm like, all right, I think I'm gonna end up with like 12 or 15 sub assemblies just for this guy. It's not even like actually no, it's gonna be even more, considering you have those 5, yeah, but I'd say solid 15. Oh, talking about how Atomic Walrus is rich. He just doesn't want to tell us that he owns like 5 casinos. Gotta hit him up. There we go. Just making sure. Biden won, guys. I'm not crazy. Like they asked for a recount, they recounted. Like, yeah, he won, right? Is it because it's like a new tribe or like a one that didn't own enough stuff? Like I don't. They recounted it 3 times. Oh my god! And what was the margin like? Like, dear Trump, it's over, bro. Nice, nice. It's so screwed up because you know that pretty much Trump's just gonna milk it hard even after he's out of office. Think about it. Like, after you're the president, you always have, like, a personal detail and stuff, right? But if all Trump does is declare that he's staying at a hotel every single day, and they're all owned by him, he could technically charge whatever the heck he feels like for a room and bill it to your government. Like, that's insane. It's like, yeah, it's $3 million a night for like 2 rooms, and the security detail like is either going to not do anything, or they're just gonna sit outside. But then you gotta feed the guys, and where are they gonna get food? They have allocations for stuff. Oh, it's so weird. I don't know how the states is gonna deal with him leaving. And in theory, considering that he got him, like, what happened exactly when he got impeached? Like, he fully got impeached, but then something weird. Oh, more clerical errors, I guess. Screwed you guys over. No problem. Honestly, hope that your Christmas stuff's all done, so you're not stressing too much. Atomic Walrus taking me out. Get him, Sea Fox. Get him. Oh, get him. Get him. Get him. And Peach was like he got booted out of office. Honestly, I'm still waiting for Kanye to run for president. I'm sure he'd win too. Doesn't need to do anything. I just want to be the president. And then literally it's like, hey, at least I'm not Trump. That could just literally be his catchphrase. Just win right there. I'm not Trump, guys. You should so vote for me. I just really hope that he doesn't end up running out to like Russia or something. Because I remember there was like a something on YouTube. I was like half asleep. I was like, what happens if he gets impeached and then he gets booted out of office? It's like if he runs off to like he's gonna be like uh arrested and stuff, and I was just like, what the hell? And then when he actually got impeached, I was like, whoa, okay, this is happening. Shit to make it work. Super damage. Jeez. The only thing I know 100% that I find is really awesome is that uh, AOC. I'm not sure exactly what that. I think that might just be her name shortened up, but it's that super awesome Latina lady that like fights for everybody. She plays like Among Us on Twitch, and I follow her on Twitch. It's freaking awesome. Oh, I just remembered something. Your vice president will be someone from Montreal. Gig. Literally, she went to the same high school as I did. And I saw that in the news, and I was like, what? Like, how in the world is someone from Montreal, Quebec, the vice president of the United States? Like, what happened here? Oh, a little floaty throne. Boop, 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 boop. Young. So this one goes on this side. Oh, it's coming together. It's coming together. I really gotta sit down later on tonight and figure out a better paint scheme than the original paint scheme. I'm gonna stick in the same colors, but I think I need to bling out the throne some more. But yeah, honestly, that's super awesome. From Meet This OG, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. You are gonna watch me wreck my brain on this. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought she was born here. That's why I was like, what? I don't get it. She was born here, though. Guess not. Kids. 38. Oh, things are so much easier to find now that I've removed like half of the spurs. I'm not even sure if it works. Hmm. Yeah, like honestly, it was the craziest thing because a few people have always asked me where. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna let that go. But it was just I was at the local game store, just picking up the Necron battle box, and I was like, "Hey, I was just wondering, could I just get your logo? Because a bunch of people asked me on stream like where I buy my stuff, and like a lot of people just message me like off to the side, and just like, oh, well, I'm not sponsored by them, okay? But here, like, you can go here. I'm not sure if they had an online shop even at the time, but then they just recently added it, and they were asking me, "Hey, so what's all the streaming?" I'm like, "Well, I do this, this, and this. Here's all my details. Check it out." I tell people to come here and buy stuff because if they're in Canada, I don't know if they do international shipping yet, but I wouldn't see as to why not. Plus, they also give 13% off on all Warhammer kits, which is pretty awesome. And then he decided, Peter, Pete, as we like to call him, he decided to walk over and grab me a. I can't remember where that left. Thing. I can't find it. I forgot where I left it. He gave me Aldrath Uthran. That's okay. He literally just pulled it off the shelf and he was like, I have too many of these. Here you go. Thanks for helping me out. And I'm like, but I haven't helped you yet. So he was like, kept insisting that, oh, like, take it. It's okay. It's okay. I was like, and like, you don't want to just sit there saying no to the guy. So I was like, oh, I got an idea. I'm like, what? I was just like, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this model and then I'm going to build it on screen, paint it up all nice and pretty, base it, do all that stuff. And then I'm just going to bring it back to him and I'm like, here you go. Well, depends. Depends on the amount of people, right? If you have like 20,000 viewers and you run one ad, that's a ridiculous amount of money. Like that's a stupid amount of, and that's also why I never like bothered with like the whole Twitch affiliate thing because it just seems kind of annoying. Like you're forcing. I don't even know if like some people will have to watch like a ad to even watch my channel. But I have zero control over it because I have like no affiliate status, no partnership stuff. I just stream to all the platforms and I build stuff because it's pretty. I hang out with everybody. This is fun. And everybody can watch me do ridiculous things or get really angry at model kits. Even though I signed up for it, when I buy the kit, the aggravation is real. But yes, having my LGS like give me a hand with stuff, and I just advertise for them. I try to get them some business because why not? They let us use their space for free, and we just buy all their models there. So why not give us a good deal? That's always a plus. Carry all sorts of paints, model cars. Got a couple of Gundams too. Literally, if you remember what a mom and pop shop seems like, and you mix it with a really nice hobby store, that's exactly what Jed's Hobby Shop is for me. and they've been there for a while too. I think it was 1958, if I'm not mistaken. But it was funny. I was talking to one of my friends on that streams Tekken 7, and I told him, I was like, "Hey, I got like not, I wouldn't say sponsorship, but like a soft partnership. Like I help him, he helps me. That's it. That's all." And he's like, "Oh, with which hobby store?" It's like, "Oh, it's with Ted's Hobby Shop." He's like, "No way! I used to go there." I'm like, "What? What do you mean you used to go there?" He's like, "Yeah, I used to go there lots when I was a kid." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's super awesome." And yeah, told me about like how they moved to the current location, which just found about, and they used to do a lot of other stuff, like lots of RC stuff. God knows what else. Pretty much, it's just awesome over there. Super nice people, really knowledgeable about the hobby world. Very, very happy that I found this place. Plus, I can drive there. So, how's work for everybody? For those who are at work watching. Cleaning up mold lines. Lock picking. Should ask you how to install this stupid lock core on my like ski box. I took out an old lock core, but I can't seem to get the new replacement in, and I'm pretty sure I just have the wrong one. Yeah, it's all about like, finding that casino to break into like Ocean's 11. Wait, what? That's the long game. Waiting for like, some crazy like mastermind criminal just to come by and just be like, "I need your help. Help me break into the safe that only you know how because your ancestor made the lock." Yo, it'd be awesome. That's the real game. And what's funny, I remember I heard someone say this on like a documentary. Like, like how there's documentaries of like the greatest crimes ever? The best was the ending line for when one of the investigators said literally, "The greatest crime ever is the one that you've never heard of." And that's true. Like, imagine, like, somebody does something and you never hear about it. Either two things happen: they got away with it, or they just got brutally by, like, I don't know, drug kingpin or something. Let's see this thing again. Ooh. The big boy hydrate pitcher. None of this running around getting more water for the pitcher. Just hydrate. All right, let the fun times begin. The Tamiya Extra Thin Cement. Best thing ever. It's cute. That's a different little symbol. I should remember this. Wait, did I go to? That thing was flying. Ugh. Jason. Perfect. That's set. And number 48 connects to 48. Eight, eight. So now I'm gonna build this guy. Let's grab those 248s. E5, how's it going? I am having not so much fun. It's driving me up the wall. I had to take a serious break from this. Otherwise, I think I may have want to literally chuck it at a wall. It's just not properly made. Just put it that way. Like the instructions are definitely not properly made, and the joints could have been better. You just key the joints so that it just fits properly in the right orientation. Otherwise, people are gonna glue this all sorts of weird. That's also another hurdle for people to get over. It's like, yeah, I want the Silent King, but I can't get over the fact that it's super hard to build. But if you buy a Gundam kit, if I give, a kid that's built at least one model kit in their lifetime, all the instructions are so simple that it makes sense. And they could put together, a 2,000 piece model kit without any issues. Maybe like some torque issues because there's screws, but the majority of it is all pretty simple. So how you been today, 5? Is it E5 or F5? Like F5? Is there an F4? F5, nice. Yeah, I know. Refreshing taste of F5. Nice. Hopefully soon I'm going to finish my product and everyone will be super duper happy with the results of my product that I've been working on, that I keep like reiterating and making different versions, is literally a uh, spill holder. It's a paint pot holder. It's a cute little thing. But which model did you magnetize? Uh, so that's what I made. So keeping it consistent. That's the name of the game at this point. Keep it consistent. Honestly, I think if I had a carpet and I did that, my wifey would murder me. But what the hell? Dropped it on the stuff? Can't wait to see that when it's all done up and all bird alike. Like, I've had very, very little success with magnetizing stuff up until my last stream, uh, Beer Master guy, where one of my viewers, Pinbot, he literally just egged me on. He's like, "You should so magnetize it," because I didn't realize that there was two heads. So I was like, "What?" I thought it was just like a little helmet that hangs on his backpack. They're like, no, he has two heads. I looked. There's two like actual there's a variant. So I was like, uh, but I don't want to paint like two things. I just wanted to paint like just the face. Yeah, and then they literally all of chat was freaking out. Just told me like, no, you need to do that. I was like, okay. Let's make sure that these things match up. These. That's good. Oh, I definitely succumbed to peer pressure. Of course, that's half the fun of it. It's half the fun of like being on Twitch. And then you guys haven't seen. It's all done up all pretty. Got cataracts because it's old. Pops the head off. I also magnetized the base so I could just hide the helmet. But it just goes on. Oh, that click right there. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's that sweet magnetic click. And on the right side, because I magnetized the head, it's now an action figure. But then this is cool. I can just magnetize it. Doesn't. I won't lose that head. Hopefully. Nice. I bought two and had to have them shipped because there was one LGS that sold online, not Ted's Hot Shop, like just another one before I actually met up with them. That because I called Ted's and he sold out of like I think everybody at the store literally just bought it off of him for like ridiculously cheap or something, and he had no more stock. Then I went online to go find some, and this one place up north in Quebec sells them. I bought it, and then I asked them for the Terminator or something, and it was ridiculous. Like, yeah, like eBay is just out of their minds, but it's literally for people that are lazy. Honestly, it looks cool. It's a fun paint thing to do. You know, you can make them all pretty. Like, oh, I forgot to do that still. So on my list to do, but it looks so pretty. You got to do it. And plus, like, you have to choose. Whether you magnetize the head or not, or you put on this thing where he's got a beer snorkel that's attached to this thing. But yeah, Bugman beer, dude. I'm not even sure what it's called anymore. It's super pretty. You have to like do the dials, all the steins, booties. Oh, so nice. Alright, so that part is done. We're gonna leave those sub-assemblies too. Oh, so many sub-assemblies. I would love to. I'm just not sure what platform I should be selling things on. Like that's really my big issue is I'm not sure what platform I should be selling stuff on. Because if I sell on Etsy, I'm working, which screws up a lot of stuff. Literally, if I make 1 cent off of, I just painted it for fun, but my wifey kind of wants me to just sell it if I don't really care about it. I'm like, okay, that's my agreement with my wife. She just tells me like, you're allowed to have X amount of minutes. Yeah, like I think I might just see if anybody wants to pick this up later on after I finish the beer inside the keg, and then we'll see from there. At some point I'll have to try it out because honestly, Facebook Marketplace like only goes so far. Also, not the same as the states. The states, you guys have Facebook Pay or something. Over here, we don't have that fanciness. Yeah, I was thinking about just eBaying it. Yeah, the problem with Etsy is that it counts as a like they send you a tax declaration thing. So if I declare that I sold something, I didn't pay taxes on it, and I attribute it as income, it becomes I own a business, and then literally all my like CERB money uh like the Canadian Emergency Relief Benefit, it it will retroactively tell me to pay back like all the money, which I don't have. So I have to be like ultra careful as to how I sell stuff. Because even like I paid for like a ridiculous like during the like one of the peaks that we had in Quebec, I paid for everything. My parents were like, "Oh, I have to go to the bank. I have to go pay for this and pay for that." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! You guys aren't going anywhere. I'll pay for everything. Just like we had like I think my parents had like some cash lying around and they were just gonna go pay for it. So instead of like going and paying for it because we were at like this peak level, I told them I'll just pay for it with my credit card online because they don't have online banking. I paid for it and then I just realized like if I put like $3,000 into my bank account from all the bills for over all these months that they didn't like they weren't able to go out to pay for, is the government gonna freak out and just be like, "Where did this money come from?" It's like I paid bills, and then my parents gave me money because I paid their bills. Like, would you like the receipts? So yeah, I'm very very like iffy on how I should be selling and marketing stuff. I don't know. I left. Yeah, it's like if you get money from the government here, you're not really allowed to do anything other than literally look for just a job. Like that's all I'm really allowed to do. So forms. Yeah, I'm not too familiar about stuff, and also like I had a massive Magic the Gathering collection, like just of sealed stuff. I think I had like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of stuff. So my wife was like, "Okay, look, if you want to do Warhammer, you got to sell the Magic the Gathering stuff." Yeah, that's why I just try not to use my cards as much as possible, and I try to just pay everything cash, just so that I don't have to have like money going in and out of my account, and then the government checks on it one day and it's like, "Hey, you owe us like a ridiculous lump sum of money." I would just be like, "What the hell just happened?" I'd just I just cry. It's like, "Mom, Dad, can I use your credit card? I'm just gonna buy a ridiculous amount of Games Workshop stuff." I even wanted to go to the Games Workshop like this month just to get like the free figure, but it's not even worth it. It's so funny the whole like cryptocurrency craze came and went. So happy it's gone. It's still worth stuff, but the whole craze where it just screwed up like the market for graphics cards made me so angry. Yeah, it's coming back. That's why I'm thinking about like, oh, maybe I should just buy like one of something. Like, I'm gonna go buy some Ethereum. See how that handles. Pretty sure that's why like no one can get their hands on like any video cards at this point. But I'm also very happy that my 1080 can still play what's there? It can still play Cyberpunk 2077. Otherwise, I would be crying. Mind you, the game is buggy as all hell. Like so buggy. You're walking around and all of a sudden you see like stuff floating in midair. Yeah, I don't mind, but like there should really be a thing with like companies, like why are you buying consumer grade GPUs? Buy like the like all the crazy Quadro cards. Those things are even better. But I think it's mainly because once they use it, like no one's gonna buy a Quadro card after you finish using it. So I can see why they just buy regular stuff.
Just take a little bit of Tamiya cement, smooth out some scratch lines. Wait a second. Z Hall. Z Hall? No. Wait, is it straight up? Oh no, he's super hollow. Oh, okay, well, that's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna have to like airbrush the inside of this thing after it's fully assembled because there's so many holes. And I have to do it with. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. This paint job is gonna be one rough paint job. I am never selling this thing. Nah, I'm a GeForce fanboy. I've always been since I don't even remember when. From a long, long time ago. I think I had like my first like actual like gamer card was like a GTX 260 or something. Like I don't even remember, but it was really old. And it was like 32 megs of like VRAM. It was great. I think AMD just murdered Intel again. And the war is going to happen again. Because I think Linus Tech Tips had like a video on that was just like, sorry, like, or like it was like rip, like one of our friends or something, and it was like one of those like tribute videos, and it was literally just them ripping on Intel. It's like, yeah, you guys just got massacred. And there's this big thing about Nvidia, like banning a guy for giving bad reviews of their product, even though like like they gave him his they gave him like video cards to review, and the way that they worded the reason why he got banned, oh man, so bad. It's like literally, we don't want you to review our stuff because you don't say nice things. It's what a reviewer does, man. Clips. Clip, 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 clip. Oh, just attach. Okay, what the heck? That rip goes on top there, so much. So
Wait just a second, everybody. I'm just gonna go grab something from the kitchen. Be right back. Won't be long. Right. I had to go get myself a little snack, everybody. Whee! There we go. Finish cleaning up this. Let's see how this matches up to this. See what kind of reasons I'm going to have to deal with. Okay, I know how I'm going to get this. Just going to plastic. How about this guy try, and then we're going to come seams. Seams. Ew. Was the face of his? Whoa! Tom Rome's killing him, but see how this fits. That's a big boys. They just don't know any better. That's why you get paid all the big money to install stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to plastic weld this head together. So much fun. better than $0 if you think about it. Let's just say it's better than the average meat. I have to come in. So yeah, I'm gonna have to airbrush all of that inside. But the customer's always right. Oh, this is gonna be so fun to airbrush the inside of. I wonder if they got it done right on the box art. They just straight up painted it black, and then whatever they hit with the brush, they just hit it with the brush. I, on the other hand, I'm gonna make it nice and green metallic on the inside. It'll look pretty. Just be like, I'll just do. How about I just do this? Pew pew. What in the heck? All right. This guy goes up this. That. Will I have enough space? Frosty's the best. Oh, I forgot to show Frosty. I have little other bears now. I just have their heads. They're like these little massage hammers. I bought it today. My wifey told me I'm not allowed to buy more plushies. I was so sad. But under the stipulation that if they're really small, I can still get them. World of shoe drop. Okay, so let's see. That little, like, this is a pan. Wait, hold on. That's pan. It's just the head. And then that side is Ice Bear. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty much like, yeah, she is nice. I hope they brought you everything and they didn't substitute too much of your stuff. Honestly, it's mainly because I will buy like obscene things. Like as a gift, instead of her buying her one plushie that was like 3 feet long, I bought her three. And literally I just bought her three of these guys, but they're like massive things. She loves them to death. But the funny part is that she's also a little angry because when she has to eventually move to Canada, she's just like, how am I gonna bring these? They're massive. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like, please stop buying me giant plushies. But I'm like, but they're so cute. And it's so inexpensive in Indonesia to buy them. Literally the same product from Miniso is just like a ridiculous amount cheaper in Asia than it is the same plush toy. I think if I wanted to buy it here, I would have to buy it for like $40 when I bought it for 15. So yeah, what's up capitalism is what it is. All right, so this part attaches to fits nice. Yeah, as long as your wife knows that you're gonna do something, like I'm pretty sure, like my wife knows when I go out that I'm gonna spend money. So she's just gonna look at me and she's gonna. If she says nothing, that means like you can buy some cool stuff. Like just don't go crazy. But if she's like, no, you're not buying shit, it's probably because I already bought something dumb to begin with. Oh my god, it would be really bad. Oh look, it's so cute. I should just buy it. Oh man, like I'm the worst at like shilling out like random products for people. Like, oh, you need a product that does that? Here's this product. Enjoy. Should really try to find like that a way to like set up the Twitch affiliate program thing. Honestly, I think if I bought a dog, my wife would be super angry at me for about 10 minutes. Then she'd be happy because the pupper would play with her. Then she'd be angry at me some more. Then she'd be happy. So I'd just go. I'd be in for a roller coaster ride, pretty much, and I'd probably like catch a beating. But it was on sale. That's the big kicker. Telling the wife, he's like, "Hey, so don't be mad. Clearly, they're gonna be mad." Famous last words. So don't be mad, but oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Those things, the Best Buy financing, those things are actually really good. I remember even when I bought my tool chest from Home Depot, bought like this massive tool chest, and literally, I remember I kept paying for the thing. It took me like 2 years to pay for it. But I could afford it like right then and there. But I was just like, well, I could just build my credit. At least money if we don't buy it. Yeah, that's a great way to start like messing with the wives. But we were losing money if I had to buy it later anyway. No, my wife is buying stuff. She knows that, of course, I would clearly buy stuff, but I try to keep it to a minimum, so to say. Just like, don't go crazy. to the point where it's ridiculous. So I try not to. What in the heck? Oh man, the worst person to go to Costco with, I think, is me. Especially when I bring my truck. Oh my lord. So much stuff. I've done that. I've bought like crazy amounts of like computer parts. Even now, like my dream PC, I think it borderlines something like I think it's like almost 6,000 Canadian, and that's just for like the tower. But man, do I ever want it. Then screw being a miniature painter. I'm gonna just be a Twitch gamer. I'm not good anymore. I've become a filthy casual at like video games. I can still shoot people in the skull and pull off some crazy flick shots, but yeah, I'm too old. I can still school some kids because I'm old school and playing like semi-professionally, like as like a ringer for like some old school like Cal-I teams back in the day. Like that was cool. And like, you're just being in a farm team, so they're just like they're training you to play against the actual roster. But you're not on the team. So, yeah. I was a little bit too early. Like I was born a little bit too late to start into that like trend. If I'd have been born literally 4 years sooner, I'd have made the first round of like crazy esporty kind of stuff. But no one from that era really made it anywhere. And if I was just like, instead of being in '86, I'd have been in what I think like maybe like '90s, like mid '90s. I'd just be making bank. I'd have like reaction times that were just so much better. But yeah, nowadays, really, really hard. There's lots of money to be made from gaming now. But it's like the scary part's actually all the contracts and stuff. All the contracts, having to hire a lawyer, like it's like legitimate stuff. Oh, I was good at Soul Calibur and Tekken. Street Fighter was I could never get into it because just the idea of pressing a specific button and it does just like a stronger hit like never really registered with me properly. But like Tekken, it's just like, oh, I'm literally puppeteering. It's literally like right punch, left kick, right kick. Okay, that works. And then Soul Calibur was nice because literally it's I control the weapon and then the direction after I hit like whatever thing. But now they changed it and you just hate it. I hate new Soul Calibur. I hate the new Soul Calibur. Like it's pretty much 8-way run with what the heck am I doing here? It's 8-way run with Street Fighter controls. I can't do it. And what's funny is I think my buddy forgot what his name is. Like Lord Jimmy Bones. This is actually one of my buddies, and he's the I think it was the 2019 Evo champion at Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I think. I could be wrong as to what year, but I know he schooled like a bunch of people. And like he's like streams on Twitch all the time. And it was so funny because when I originally met him, he could barely speak English. I have like photos that I should like harass him with. Like just straight up like I'm gonna fake blackmail you. Tell all your chat like I have incriminating photos of you getting horrifically drunk. Like I was one of those bad bartenders back in the day. Like, you want to get wasted? Okay, no problem. How wasted? Like on a scale of 1 to really messed up. How far do you want to take this? It's like, yo, just destroy me. Okay, no problem. Within 2 hours, he was like on a table, like just passed out. And we had a rule back in our bar, Funzo, back in the day. It's like if you pass out, every single staff member will take selfies with you and post it online. And like that's if we don't know you. Like if we know you, we send it to your like personal Facebook page, and we just went ham. It was pretty bad. What is happening? What is happening with my phone? It is spazzing out. Oh, more COVID alerts for my area and news articles that are like, this might concern you. It's like COVID infection rates in Quebec have reached a record peak yesterday. It's like, okay, but that was yesterday. How's today? Because today seemed pretty bad too. I swear, I think Jeff Bezos making mad crazy money off of like COVID, making money from all the just everything. Everyone's ordering everything off Amazon. Like I was already a pretty big like buyer from Amazon, just because it's like it's just so convenient. Just send all my stuff to work. Literally, next day was literally next day. Never failed. Now they remove next day ish, unless they have it at their fulfillment center. I think. Nice. I feel like a big silly person. I always forget that I can just print out the sprue holder and not have to keep turning. It'd be very inefficient at this point. Before I do that, let's clean up this head so that we don't have that massive skull line right there. Disappearing. That's it. Just want you to have a nice, smooth, bald head. Come on now. Oh, you have a seam on the top of his head. Uh, yeah, they're pretty annoying. But if I taught you how to do it a specific way, you wouldn't even think it's that bad anymore. Like, I see a lot of people using green stuff to fill in like cracks and mold lines and then like shave it down. I'm like, why? Why do you bother? You literally have the answer right here. All you do, you drop some of this down, let it start soaking, just go in, grab some of these like super tiny shavings and just dab it in. Instantly seals it all up. Wait 20 minutes, do the same thing, and you have a fully fused model. None of this half-seas models. Come back in, hit it with some more. Oh, the head's nice and shiny. Honestly, I don't know how to use anything else other than like to be a cement because of Gundams. Wait for it. Yeah, like that's the best thing. It's like so simple. And all of these things, like what's best about doing this trick on Games Workshop stuff is that there's so much free play here. You don't have to worry about like this panel being slightly crooked. It's like it's all fairly organic. Or something is not how would I say it? It's very like dystopian. That's it. It's a very dystopian style. Like where everything is like just a little beat up, it's ancient or whatever, and like stuff's not perfect in this world. So the polish on stuff doesn't have to be ultra perfect. You can have some scratches here and there, but for the most part, like this stuff is really easy to fix. Honestly, I think the easiest thing for me to paint would honestly be orcs because they just have so much surface area. I wouldn't have to worry about anything. I could just paint what, however I felt like. Nice and smooth. Oh, so nice. Forgot to put glue. Hail Hydroid. Here we go. Yeah, that's pretty annoying when you're, especially when you're on a job. It's like I put those there, but don't you know the rules? When customers touch your stuff, you just add more time to their job. That's what it is. It's like, hey man, I put it there so I could get to work faster. Now I have to reset everything. It's an extra 15 minutes. But unfortunately, I charge by every half hour. So yeah, I need a part of wood spool. I need more shavings. Let's get a straightish piece. Fixing mold lines. So fun. Fixing mold lines. Go. Yeah, that's it. Just melt everything. You don't even see anything. And static electricity. Fine, stay on my fingers. Oh, I can't wait till my wifey tells me, babe, you can now finally hit that affiliate button. I think literally my first emote is literally going to be this to me as cement. The answer to all your hobby problems. To Mia extra thin. Don't know how to put that together? To Mia extra thin. You want to fix it? To Mia extra thin. fix everything with Tamiya extra thin. Oh, now we're going to that super terrible. There we go. All that organic-y looking stuff now. Ooh. Want to impress everybody with your modeling skills? Tamiya extra thin. Want to get it on? Tamiya extra thin. For her pleasure. Wait, what? This is where I had like 4 bottles. Like all in different states of their lives. Because this thing doesn't, like, you don't use much of it, but I had one from like 8 years ago. And like, it has literally like concentrated in itself. So yeah. Alright. Oh, there's no more seams. There's no more seams. Want to get away with murder? To me, thin. Hey, Walters, what camera are you using for your face cam? Like, what's your stream setup? I think you're actually using a DSLR camera, right? If I'm not wrong. Airbrush everything. I think that's all one other thing. It's airbrush it. The answer is airbrush. It's like a Nike logo kind of thing, but with an airbrush. Just airbrush it. Air it. Good. I need you to go on Discord and send me your email. Oh, yes. Now this thing goes. Oops. Yeah, whenever you get time. Sub-assemblies, they said. God, this thing needs so many of them. Literally, like, if you want to paint the underside of this thing, there's no way that it's going to be easy to, like, really hit it from here. So you got to really, like, shoot from off. That's going to be so fun. Just this guy alone is going to be, like, I think 2 or 3 hours of just trying to, like, airbrush all the insides. Try to get it to glow from the inside. And if I was really crazy and I had, like, obscene amounts of time, I would probably run like a LED wire all the way through somehow and just like light it up. Right, that. What the heck? Do those things just hang out in the middle of nowhere? Oh yeah, nice. So that's gonna be fun. You got to align these. Just they just hang out in the middle of the air, just like that. Yeah. Yep. That's gonna be one fun thing to do. 63, 64. Five. Next one. Grab 55 from up here. Click, click. And this one, 63.
Yeah, this is why he's a star. Except I forgot something today.
Hey, how's it going, Mango Smasher? Thanks for the lyric. Have yourselves a good one. Try up. Mm. Mm. Still, let's put these. Come on. Nice. That just sounds like the worst thing ever. 5 minutes per 2-inch. It's ridiculous. The worst part is that it's under a counter.
You need. That's why you need like one of those impact ones, like the impact ratchet. Like no, the electric ratchet. No, just put it on the side and just put a nice little stubby bit on, and you get like a nice, like just literally go out and buy yourself like a nice, like really too big. It's the same size. It's literally the same size. Like plus maybe like an eighth of an inch, a centimeter max. It's not much. And you just if you get like a stubby socket from like Snap On or something, like the new X Drive? Was it the X Drive? They have a new socket set. You literally just buy that socket set. Fine. Sure, it'll cost you like $300 for like that socket set or something, but it will grip onto those bad boys and it will never let go. Yeah, it does have like a flywheel, so you can actually make it like stop, but you just get the majority of it quickly, and then you get the rest with a ratchet. Oh, particle board, forget it. You're not doing nothing. You're just having a bad day. Particle board. Let me just not do anything for like 10 minutes. That's check this one again.
Yeah, can I get the address to that place? So you're telling me it's inside of a tiny under the counter safe. So that means they got enough money for two safes. So just saying. That's literally what it is. When I don't speak, all you hear is the rhythmic scratching plastic. Yeah, so expensive stuff. God, if I painted this, well, actually, not. If I painted this, like after I paint this, I don't even know how I could justify selling. Just in build time alone, I'm at like what? I'm at like a good 8 or 9 hours, at least, in building this thing. So yeah, a lot of stuff. And then after building it, right? So let's say I get what? Maybe I get another 3 hours. So I got anywhere from 10 to 15 hours into the build. Right there, that's a lot of that's a lot of money. Yeah, I could. Like I could do it now if I really wanted to. Like I just printed this today. So yeah. In theory, I could really do it if I really wanted to, but I'd rather not. Plus a lot of the models for like the Games Workshop like proxies are just they are pretty fugly. Now why do that when I can literally just go to my friendly local game shop, Ted's Hobbies, and games, and just pick up some beautiful Games Workshop models that are not so garbage like this one. Well, I'm pretty sure there's both. There's the garage kits that are made in that are like low quantity print. No, I wish. I'm pretty sure there are lots of like bootleg ones, but at the price that you're paying for an extra like $10, you're pretty much at like a good local game store's price.
Honestly, like if like I'm on AliExpress all the time because I'm buying stuff for my wifey, for myself, and you're just buying random stuff, right? So, like, it does check my like. Clearly, it's using my cookies to like check what I've gone to, and it's seen me like look at resin model kits. I've come across like uh, a Forge World replica of the Great Unclean one, and it literally just costs almost the same as like a. And also, you don't even know if you're ever gonna get it, if the place is legitimate or not. It might just be like, hey, we're selling this at this price. You want to give us money? And like their hope is literally to send you a random package and for it to like not get lost and you just completely forgetting that you even got it. Then they just charge you like the money and AliExpress releases the payment to the seller and you completely forget like 3 months later. And then you're like, "Oh, I never got it." And like, oh, you didn't report it to us in the 60 days it was supposed to get there, whatever it is. And then you just get screwed out of money. That's what they're just trying. Just a little dab of super glue just to hold it up in there. And in case I fit it all crooked, I can pull it out after. So I want to have at least some pull out game after. Um, I you said this thing was like $150. I think this thing cost me like it would actually be beneficial for you guys to buy stuff from the States, like from Canada. Pretty sure. And let's check Games Workshop. Silent. So yeah, Silent King is 180. But then if you do 150 USD, like literally $150 USD is like $195 Canadian. So already, if you do 180, you're already saving $10 if you buy it from Canada. Mind you, you still have to pay shipping, taxes, but my taxes are also lower. So yeah, and then on top of being a 180, I was paying times 0.87. I paid 156 for the Silent King plus tax, which is $180, give or take, like $185 or something. So yeah, that's how much I paid for my Silent King. So if ever, like, you just really have to like check the the exchange rate. Honestly, you can just literally wait for the exchange rate and then literally just go to like Ted's Hobby Shop and just put a bunch of stuff in your cart, just rack it up.
Yeah, but isn't like 87 euros like a ridiculous amount of money? Like 87 pounds, I think. So, uh, sterling. Yeah, what? Yeah, honestly, I think it's literally based on their region. Like, if you check what's there, the Australian Games Workshop, you want to like cry, like that's where you go to cry about uh anything from Games Workshop. Like the Australian dollar is almost the exact same as uh as the Canadian dollar, but what's messed up is that I think in Australia the same Silent King that I paid $180 for is like $260. I was like, what the hell? Literally just because there's like logistics and the fact that you have to like they have to pay shipping to get like massive quantities of stuff over there. So the farther you are from the UK, the more expensive you pay. That's why I think we pay less than you guys. Honestly, I just don't understand like how it's so obscenely expensive. It's like they're literally charging ridiculous amounts. And what's even crazier for me is knowing that in Brazil, there's like a pretty crazy Warhammer. Like, there's a few crazy Warhammer painters out in Brazil. But I'm just like, how did you guys get those models? Don't you guys already have like huge issues? Because they have big issues getting like, games in general there. Like Brazil, I know Cuba had a huge problem with that too. One of my friends was telling me about that. He went on vacation and he literally brought like two like PlayStation 3s at the time just to cover all his expenses, including his trip. So the way he would do it, he would literally just buy two, go with his girlfriend, put one in each bag. After that, you just take out all the stuff. Like so you have no packaging anymore. But it's all brand new. You take like a couple stacks of video games, you just open the package. Because like apparently their tax is like something stupid high, like import tax on like video games is like crazy high. So you just say, yeah, I'm just traveling and I have my video games with me in case I feel like playing some games. And he just sold them for like four times the price. And it paid for the plane ticket, the hotel, everything. Ridiculous. Okay, stick this on. Oh, that's a bit too much. Really? Oh, I even glued the wrong names. Oops. Pay attention. Pay attention. Oh, almost glued the wrong thing together. Yeah, a lot of like the all the weeb stuff, crazy expensive. You want to know what's even crazier expensive? Korean stuff. Korean stuff. That's where crazy money is made and lost. What the hell? No, I think that's just your local game store that's scamming people. And like everyone just following the trend. Because if you're talking about like KMC sleeves, I'm sorry, like there's only so many suppliers for hobby games and stuff. And I used to have like access to them. So KMC sleeves are literally double the price of. Oh, the wife? No. Like, which ones? From what company? That's the question. Which company? Which waifu sleeves? Because I bought waifus from quite a few companies. But it really depends what company. If you find me a company and I find out that it's from a specific company, like, it's just people are just scamming the crap out of people in your area. That's supposed to fit right. Okay. Whatever, it just floats there. All right. That. Yeah, but honestly, it's really your. There's not much that we don't get on this side. There's very few that we don't get here, unless it's like some really out of the woodwork stuff. Even paying $7 for it is because let's say the Ultra Pro one's just a normal like black 50 count, like whatever the heck normal color. It's like 85 cents Canadian, and most stores will sell it to you for like $3 or $5. Mind you, they still have to pay for like you know rent and all this stuff, but yeah, like that's normal. But like sleeves costing like $70, I would literally just lose my shit, just blow up the shop because that's a lot. Like, and at that point, I would literally just go to like I would tell your local game store just to go to find a different supplier that has access to the Japanese import market, which most of them do, considering they have like if they have comics, they have access to. There was one thing where you can order all the waifu stuff. What the hell? That waifu through. This is wife. Wow. Weeb stuff is come and gone. Honestly, you just need a Chinatown. That's all you need. You just need to find your Chinatown, and you should be able to find all of that. Or you just ask them, like, "Hey, do you have this? Yes, no, maybe." If they have it, you buy it. No have, no buy. That's as simple as it is. All right, I'm gonna finish this thing. These two little probe-looking things. Call it a night. Mm. What is this? 45 pieces. I don't know.
Wisconsin. What a big ass one in Montreal. And what's funny is that when I used to live downtown, Chinatown was the only Chinatown. The place I lived downtown was maybe like maybe 20 minutes like by like public transport. So it wasn't that bad. It was just all right. You could get to it pretty easily. There was no big ifs, ands, or buts about that thing. But we used to also live next to Chinatown. My parents decided to move. Oh, that's okie dokie. That's don't worry. That's not the Rona. So we used to live in next to Chinatown. We moved away. So my going joke used to be, oh, we just moved away from Chinatown because it was too Chinese for my brother and myself. What's funny is that later on, like in my area in downtown, it used to be very like Middle Eastern. And then after we moved there, it slowly and slowly became more and more like Asian, to the point where literally there's like Chinese supermarkets that have all popped up all over the place. There's like Korean like supermarkets literally behind my apartment. So that happened. And then as that started happening, I moved out to where I am now. And I did not know that there were a ridiculous amount of like Asian people, to the point where I went to the bank one day and it was like what's there? It was like tax season. So a lot of people are buying RRSPs and stuff, like adding to their, I think it's called 401k in the States. This lady ran up to me, starts like just spewing out like Cantonese to me, and I'm like, "What the hell did you just say to me?" And she's like, "Oh, like," she's like, "Oh, you don't speak Chinese?" I'm like, "No, like I do, but not properly." And she's like, "Oh, okay." So I go and see my RSP agent, super chill dude. And the first question out of my mouth was, bro, like, why the hell are there, like, I'm sorry, like, I don't want to sound racist, Chinese and everything, but why are there so many Chinese people here? He's like, dude, there's a lot of Chinese people in your area. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, man, like, it was part of, like, it used to be the Italians that were all in my area. And then slowly the Asians have literally just taken over every part of the city. Like we now outnumber everybody again. And I'm like, okay. Oh, that's nice. So I'm supposed to stick this on like that. So, jeez. And there's no way to align it. Good job, Games Workshop. Make everything just a little bit harder for everybody. Please. We all enjoy that. Yeah, that's literally it. But actually, what's funny is that it actually coincides with a lot of the exact same right time kind of stuff. Where when I was younger, I was going to school in downtown. And then when we moved, I was out of school and I was now working. So, because downtown in Montreal, there's actually a lot of international students.
But what happens to those international students when they graduate? They all decide to settle down. In that, they all just decide to settle down in Montreal as well. So they just bought up all the housing and all the new condos and townhouses that were being built. And yeah, it just seems like the funny part is that soon Montreal will be like the next Vancouver. And it's going to happen because we have a lot of schools here where we have a lot of international students. And then Quebec's going to have like a whole shit fit with the whole Quebec language has to be like number one, this and that, this and that. And then soon the Asians will just be like, no, like you guys need to have like Chinese signs and this and that. You're now like Vancouver. What's funny is that Vancouver has so many signs that are all in Chinese. And I'm just like, I'm actually surprised that. Sick. Wait. Did I do that right? Yes. Oh, will be now. I just have to remember how to like actually properly add somebody on it because it's so weird that I have to add somebody on my Discord. I think it's this. Oh, there we go. Oop. What? Ugh, so weird. Hmm. I'll figure this out again. Next and final. Do, do, do. 4 to 6. Fine. Nice. Congratulations on being done with work. Now you can sit there and troll my mini factory for someone to design sweet looking models. so people can print it like crazy. I really hope this is the last piece for this throne that I have to build. Because then I can finally glue it on this stupid base after doing a bunch of calculations as to where the center is. And nice. Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. Oh, I really am. Now it's just like, congratulations, you have finally finished the entire thing in sub-assemblies. Ugh. Ugh. Jeez. And the best part is that the actual middle of the thing isn't actually, it's like offset. So, and it actually tells you that it's offset. Yeah. Honestly, like, what the? Ugh, man. Yo, like the fact that this chair is so extra makes me want to like do some crazy paint job. So I will never ever want to do this again. I'll just and if anyone ever asks, I'm like, "Are you ready to pay me like 40 hours worth of work? Easily 40 hours worth of work, and on top of 40 hours worth of work, I'm gonna do it on stream. So it's gonna take like 3 months because I'm gonna take breaks in between building this." Okay, so this thing goes here. Yeah, I've like it's such a good chair. I remember my friends blasted me for buying like a $500 chair, but it's just so comfy. It's so nice. Oh yeah, that dry fit goodness. I don't remember how to put it together. Oh, there we go. I got my little two dudes too on the side of my head. Everyone's like, "What the heck is that?" It's like I've created myself. Okay, so that goes together like that. So that's pretty good fitment for the fact that it's built in like air. And that goes on top of this. Okay. So I, in reality, only need to figure out this. I really should. I really should, like, freehand that. But then I'd have to, like, to be like, hey, Dear Secret Labs, like, give me money. Because that's just straight up, like, free advertising for them. And I'm not down for that. Because the customer service in Canada is a little, like, lost. Because I remember I ordered my chair, and on the legs, clearly, like, someone has to cast this thing in aluminum, and then they have to shave off part of, like, what, like, the sprue that it's cast from, and they, like, really royally fucked up one of my, like, chair legs. So there's, like, a kind of like a huge gouge in mine. And I was just like, hey, this is, like, not super big deal, but it's kind of just annoying. Can you guys, like, please replace this? They're like, oh, we can't see it. You need to give us a better photo. I'm like, I literally take a ruler and I'm like, watch. You see how this is, like, squared? Like, right here, where you guys powder coated it, it is, like, dipped in hard because whoever's using a belt sander, like, screwed it up. Oh, unfortunately, that's not a defect. I'm like, that's straight up a defect. And I was like, okay, you guys just don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, now I just gotta build these 3 dudes and stick them on the thing. What the heck? Oh my god, no, I still have these things. I have, like, little portal guys. Yeah, pretty much. I should just, like, chop it up and then just re-weld it back together and get it powder coated again. That just sounds like so much work. But honestly, I think I would buy it. Like, if given the chance to buy another one. I would love to buy it. Secret Labs share. Just because it's so nice, comfy. I have, like, lumbar support built in because I have the giant, like, the Titan instead of, like, the really rinky-dink one. And then, like, on top of that, it's like I could sit cross-legged in my chair if I really wanted to, and it's not so annoying. Just recline it a bit, and then I could just, like, full sit back. Oh, it's so nice. But yeah. So that's, I think, where I'm going to leave off for today for building the Silent King. I will most likely not be doing this on Thursday. What should I do on Thursday? I don't know what I'll do on Thursday. Maybe I'll do some crazy surprise thing. I'll make an announcement on Facebook. So if you're not there, you might want to follow it. Or on the Discord. You never know. I haven't set up everything quite yet, properly yet. But we're getting there. We're getting there. So thank you a whole bunch for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed the frustration that I went through with this model kit. Because, yeah, it was fun. For the most part. Alrighties, I'm gonna go and we're gonna raid the Dice Dome then. / raid the Dice Dome. We're gonna hit that. So thanks a whole bunch for watching. Catch you all on Thursday. Might go a little later on Thursday. You never know. Have a good one.